welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. My name is Kendra, for those who do not know yet, or like I said, if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos. And I am super excited for today's video. We are going to be talking about all things homemaking and tips and tricks and ways for us to become better and more efficient homemakers, gatekeepers of our homes, queens of our castles. And I'm super excited to do this video. It is in collaboration with a sweet friend of mine, Steph, over at Steph the Homemaker. I will have her information, of course, linked down below in the description box. She's my super sweet friend who lives in Australia, and we connected over YouTube and Instagram and just the homemaking community in general, and we have become close friends very fast. And we say it all the time, how it's kind of fascinating how even literally across the world, we're 12-hour time difference, we have literally just become so close. She's almost like a sister. It's just crazy how fast you can just grow a relationship with someone clear across the country through social media. So I love her so much, and I know that if you guys love my content and if you have a passion for homemaking and just all things like wife life and all those types of things, then you will love her content. So please do not forget to go check her out. Like I said, I will have her information down in the description box below. But yes, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these tips and tricks on how to be a better homemaker. Okay guys, so go ahead, grab a coffee, grab a tea. I'm having an iced coffee, and let's go ahead and just get chatting. I'm going to be bringing you 5 tips and tricks on how you can become a better and more efficient homemaker, and then Steph will be bringing you guys another 5 tips and tricks. So it's super exciting. We thought it would be a really good idea for us to bring you guys a total of 10 tips. I bring you 5 and then she'll bring you 5. I'm super excited to watch her video and see what her tips and tricks are for me, and I know she's super excited to come on over and see what tips and tricks I'm bringing you guys as well. So my first tip right off the bat is to take care of yourself. Do something for yourself. I am a huge advocate that you cannot do anything for anybody else or anything else. You cannot pour from an empty glass. You cannot take care of your children, your husband, your community if you have not first taken care of yourself. So do something for yourself, whether that is to go out on your patio and read a book. Maybe it's to pour yourself a glass of wine, run a hot bath, take a soak, have a little bit of quiet time in the morning. I know me personally, I get my quiet time in with the Lord first thing in the morning. My hubby is usually still asleep and I'm usually getting ready for work or what have you, and so that is the perfect time to have just a little bit of me time. And then in the afternoon, I enjoy maybe a glass of wine, and along with a bath. Sometimes it's bath and wine, sometimes it's one or the other. And then also that could also look like giving yourself a break in your day from your homemaking. That way you can go out and get a little shopping done, or do a little bit of window shopping, take a walk, anything like that. Give yourself a break and take care of yourself first. Make yourself a priority. For some women, that looks like every day. You need to give yourself a 10-minute window where you can just sit down, scroll on your phone, or sit down and have some quiet time. Or maybe it's every night. Every night you look forward to your bath. That is your break time. That is your time to pour back into yourself, so that way the next morning you can be a good and more efficient homemaker. For some people, that's every week. Like every week you need to just have a day where it's all about you and you can pour into yourself. That way you have the rest of the week to pour into your family. And then for other women, that could come every couple weeks, maybe even once a month, twice a month, where you maybe want to get away for a day and go out of town, go to your favorite stores, or go eat at your favorite restaurant or whatever. Just do something for yourself. That is so important. And again, we cannot pour into our husbands and our children, our home and our community if we are not ourselves taken care of. My second tip is to set a schedule, use a planner, or make a to-do list, or a mixture of all of those things. When we do this, it helps us to stay on task for the day. It helps us to not become lazy, and it helps to prevent laziness and procrastination. And it also helps us to not feel overwhelmed. When we use a planner, we can see on the day what we can get taken care of in that time, within that day, and then everything else can wait until the next day. And that way, when you set up a weekly schedule or a weekly to-do list or a weekly planner, like I said, whichever one you prefer, what's gonna happen is you'll get everything done in the week without getting yourself burnt out and without also becoming complacent and lazy. And being a homemaker, it's very important that we constantly fight that spirit of laziness and complacency, and so that we do not neglect our homemaking tasks and that our home kind of becomes chaotic, but that we also do not overdo it and burn ourselves out and become stressed in homemaking. So I wanted to show you guys the planner that I use. This is the Every Girl planner, and I found this at Target. It was very inexpensive. It was probably like $15. And I love this planner because it breaks everything up by day, week, and month. And then there's also like a grocery list option in here. There's all different kinds of things. There's little stickers that help keep me motivated. There are there's a folder in the front for any important receipts or important bills or to-dos I need to, or reminders I can slip in here. Something else I really love about this planner is it also has a goal. So you have yearly goals, excuse me, and then you also have monthly. Each month you can set monthly goals, and then you can set those goals, the reasons behind those goals, and then at the end of the month you can also reevaluate those goals and see if you hit them, if you want to move them on to next month or whatever. So this is an excellent planner to help keep you motivated and on track throughout your week, month, and then also a year. And I love it. And each month has like a little motivational quote or some type of saying that's going to get you really motivated and inspired and excited for the month coming. So I'm super excited about that. So we, at the time of filming this, we just got into August. So I will go ahead and read you guys the quote that is in the beginning of the August month. And it says, "I didn't get there by wishing for it or hoping for it, but by working for it." And that's a quote by Estee Lauder, and I love that quote. It's got me super inspired and super motivated to tackle some things in the month of August. One of my biggest goals is to hit 1,000 subscribers here on my channel before this end of this year. So that quote just speaks volumes to me, and so it makes me excited to get some work done for August, and to also crush my homemaking goals, whatever those goals may be throughout the year. So, and then again, at the end of each month, so at the end of July, there's a monthly review, and it gives you different prompts like personal wins, what I learned, important goals I met, what I always remember, what I'm grateful for, key purchases I made, and ways that I took care of myself. So I love this planner. I could talk about it literally all day, and I will link this down below. Hopefully I remember to link this planner down below for you guys in the description box. I love it, love it, love it. It's the Every Girl planner, and I got it at Target. My third tip is to connect with other homemakers. This is crucial, and just like anything in life, when you find a thing that you like to do or you have a passion, it's important to stay connected with those like-minded individuals. So this may look like in the digital world, in the virtual world, where you're connecting on Instagram and YouTube, and that's where I found a lot of my now great friends, just through the homemaking community on YouTube, or my videos on Instagram, my videos on YouTube, or the community on Instagram. And that's an excellent way to build community with other like-minded women who also believe in the homemaking lifestyle and serving their family and serving their husband and their community through homemaking. Some of the main things that I love about building a community of other like-minded individuals is that you have a lot of constant support, encouragement, and inspiration. And a lot of times when you are a homemaker, you spend a lot of time in your home, and so it's easy for you to kind of feel alone. And so having that community of women that you can go to and share your concerns, if you have issues, if you have questions, if you need tips and tricks around your house, that's what those women are there for. They're there to pick you up on your hard days and love on you, and they're also there to root you on and encourage you and praise you on those good days and when you have homemaking wins. So it's super important for us to build a community of women who are also homemakers, and that way you have a sisterhood, a team of girls to go to, good days and bad. And so my two favorite places that I've done that and I've had amazing friendships built from that is through Instagram and through YouTube. So my fourth tip is to get out of your house. And I know that can kind of sound like counterintuitive, because it's like, you're a homemaker, you're a gatekeeper of your home. So it's like, well, technically my work is in my home, so what do you mean by get out the house? I mean, you live and you technically work in your home. And so it can be difficult to try to separate the work from the home, from the pleasure. And it's important that we get a bit of break in between being in these four walls. And I think sometimes as homemakers, we can kind of feel guilty for saying like, oh, I need to get out the house, or oh, I need a break, or oh, this or that, but that's not bad. It kind of goes back to my first tip. These two kind of go hand in hand. You have to pour into yourself before you can pour into your children and husbands and community. And so by getting out of the house, it could still be homemaking. It could still be all ready to run to the mailbox or the post office, or instead of having the groceries delivered, hey, let me get out the house, let me go be the one to shop, pick up the groceries and bring them home. That gets you out the house and you still get homemaking tasks done for the week. That could also look like just going on a walk. That could just be just sitting out on the patio. Or maybe you have another homemaking girlfriend of yours and you guys want to meet up and get together and have a cup of coffee, and it can still be homemaking task in that, because maybe you're going to her for some advice, or maybe she's coming to you for prayer or for a need in her home or in her family with her children or something like that. So you can still get out of the house and still very much so be and feel like a homemaker, like you're still doing something. But it's extremely important for us to get out of the house. Also, when you stay in the house, it can really affect your mental. Now, I know for me, I love being home. It's my happy place. I have no problem being here all the time. But I know sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit down and out, I need to break out of the walls. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes just getting outside for 10 or 15 minutes and getting some vitamin D, getting some fresh air, hearing the wind blow, that can really do a lot for your mood. And so that is my 4th tip. Make sure you make time to get out of the house. And it doesn't have to be every day, maybe once or twice a week. But just make sure you're giving yourself that outside time. That way when you get back in the house, you're rested and you're recharged to be able to get right back into your homemaking tasks. My 5th and final tip is make sure you give yourself days off. And I recommend at least 2. Give yourself days off. As a homemaker, as a gatekeeper of your home, and as a queen of your castle, this is your job. This is your full-time job and responsibility to your home, to your family. And just like your husband goes out and makes a living, or for example, I'm a full-time homemaker and I'm also working a full-time job outside of my home. My full-time job outside of my home, they give me 2 days off a week. Just like any other traditional, normal job would give you at least 2 days off, you deserve that as a homemaker as well. You serve this home 24/7, really. Homemaker's job is never ever done, and you never actually get a day off. But it's super important to give yourself at least a day or 2 where you do not do any hardcore like cleaning or necessary management of the home. So on those days off, there's certain things that will probably still need to get done. You know, maybe you can skip loads and loads and loads of laundry, but maybe you need to do 1 load of laundry. That's not the end of the world. Obviously, dishes and cooking still needs to be done on our days off, but it's super important that you are not doing anything like, you know, hardcore. You're not like cleaning baseboards and dusting off drapes and climbing up and like cleaning off the ceiling fans and all that types of stuff. Deep cleaning and scrubbing your bathrooms on your days off, because you deserve a rest and recharge and relaxation day just as much as somebody with a 9 to 5. So on my days off from homemaking, I don't do anything outside of a few dishes, and by that I mean run the dishwasher. So really I'm not even doing that. And like I said, if we have laundry that I do not want to sit for a day or 2, I will go ahead and take care of that. Sometimes I have, like, you know, my husband's work clothes, they need to get taken care of, or, you know, I may need, you know, new fresh work clothes for work the coming week. So sometimes a load of laundry, you know, you just can't get around that, and you have to take care of a load of laundry. And obviously, like in the kitchen never closes in my house. So other than that, we don't do much. And then also on my homemaking days off, a lot of times me and my husband will decide that we're gonna go out to eat on those days, so I don't even have to cook on those days. And so I love that, and I appreciate having days off. And then that way, the very next day, I'm ready to get right back to it. So those are my 5 tips and tricks on how you can be a better and more efficient homemaker. And I feel like they're super practical and super easy. And I really hope that you learned a little bit out of this video. I hope that you got some encouragement and some inspiration from this video. And do not forget to go check out Steph's video. I'm excited to see her tips and tricks and what she's brought to you. We think that together these 5 tips and tricks, these 10 tips and tricks are going to really benefit all of us as the gatekeepers of our home and the queens of our castles. So I love you guys so much. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that it brought you some joy and some inspiration and some motivation. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.